welcome to another Finally Friday video brought to you by 2 Peas in a Bucket. It's definitely Finally Friday. I'm so glad the weekend's here. And for this week's card, we're going to do some embossing and some glitter and some chipboard. So I hope you enjoy, and thanks for watching. As usual, you're first going to start by cutting, scoring, and folding your cardstock. And I'm going to use a background stamp for this. This is a background stamp from Hero Arts, and I'm just applying Versamark ink all over the stamp. And then I'm placing my card front on top and rolling over it with a brayer. You can also use your fingers to just really press it into the cardstock, anything like that. But when you're using a large stamp, it works best if you have something to really press it down evenly. I'm applying or sprinkling on clear embossing powder. And I store my clear embossing powders in little plastic containers with a spoon inside. It makes it easier to store them and keep them separate from all the other powders. And then it's also the usability factor. It's just easier to get to them and clean up that way. Using my heat tool or heat gun to melt all the embossing powder so it darkens. I love doing this. And a little tip, just heat the back of your cardstock after you've embossed. It helps it from warping too much. Now I'm applying some wet ink, some more like almost like an acrylic paint ink to some chipboard, and that allows it to have like a sticky surface so I can then apply a powder. This powder isn't an embossing powder, but it's actually heat and stick powder, and it's an adhesive. So after I apply it to the wet ink or to the chipboard, then I can heat set it once just to make it melt, and it makes it sticky enough that you can apply glitter. So now I'm gonna throw some glitter on there and make it all sparkly, and then I'm going to heat set it one more time, and that just almost seals off the surface of the glitter so it doesn't come off on my hands too much. So after I've heat set that twice, then I'm going to apply a strip of cardstock across the front of the card, just to kind of anchor my main element, which is going to be the snowflake. And then I'm also going to do some paper piercing all the way across the band of cardstock. And I'm using templates from Stampin' Up! And also has a foam mat, just easier to get a straight line that way. And I'm also adding some ribbon. And this ribbon, I'm just going to tighten a simple knot and slide it over to the side of the card so that it's in the right place. And then I'm going to take a quick glance. How does it look with the snowflake? Looks pretty good. Now I'm adding a button, and I'm going to thread some like embroidery thread through and then tie a knot, and I'm gonna adhere it to the snowflake and put it right over the center of the snowflake. It looked a little bit naked, I guess you would say, so I just really wanted to add a small button there. So this is actually just a chipboard button. Unfortunately I don't recall where it's from, but you can find them around if you look for them. Using glue dots to adhere it to the card. And there you go, pretty much done. Pretty simple card and lots of glitter.